Lesson 29. The first word is expand. It means increase in size, enlarge, swell. First example, we will expand our business as soon as we locate a new building. Second example, present laws against people who pollute the air must be expanded. Third example, expanding the comic strips. The editor hoped that more people would buy his paper. Fourth example, the company plans to expand its operations into new markets. Fifth example, she decided to expand her garden to grow more vegetables. The second word is alter. It means make different, change, vary. First example, I altered my typical lunch and had a steak instead. Second example, Dorothy agreed to alter my dress if I would reveal its cost to her. Third example, it's absurd to spend money to alter that old candy store. Fourth example, she decided to alter her dress to make it fit better. Fifth example, his experiences abroad altered his perspective on life. The third word is mature. It means ripe, fully grown, or developed. First example, I could tell that Mitch was mature from the way he persisted in his work. Second example, only through mature study habits can a person hope to gain knowledge. Third example, it is essential that you behave in a mature way in the business world. Fourth example, as he got older, he became more mature in his decisions. Fifth example, his skills have matured, making him ready for a leadership role. The fourth word is sacred. It means worthy of respect, holy. First example, her sacred medal had to be sold because the family was in urgent need of money. Second example, it was revealed by the journalist that the sacred temple had been torn down. Third example, Kate made a sacred promise to her parents never to miss a Sunday church service. Fourth example, the temple is considered a sacred place by many worshipers. Fifth example, their friendship is sacred, built on trust and understanding. The fifth word is revise. It means change, alter, bring up to date. First example, my family revised its weekend plans when the weather turned hazy. Second example, the dictionary was revised and then published in a more expensive edition. Third example, under the revised rules, Shane was eliminated from competing. Fourth example, the company revised its policy to include remote work options. Fifth example, the author revised the book based on feedback from readers. The sixth word is pledge. It means promise. First example, before the grand jury, the sinister gangster pledged to tell the whole truth. Second example, Monty was reluctant to pledge his loyalty to his new girlfriend. Third example, pledged to discovering the facts. The journalist began to dig up new evidence for his readers. Fourth example, she made a pledge to donate money to the charity every month. Fifth example, the president took an oath to fulfill his pledge to the nation. Now we have a short story from the words we have learned. The sacred pledge. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there stood a sacred oak tree. where generations had made solemn promises. Young Cale, barely 16, stood before it, his heart pounding. He had come to pledge himself as the next guardian of the village's ancient texts, a role passed down through his family for centuries. But the elder, a mature woman with wise, knowing eyes, studied him carefully. The texts are fragile, and our traditions must be preserved, she said. Yet, the world changes. To be guardian is not just to protect, but to revise what no longer serves us, to alter and expand our wisdom. Cale hesitated. He had expected only to memorize old words, not reshape them. But as the wind rustled the oak's leaves, he understood. The truest respect for the past was not in keeping it untouched, but in letting it grow. With a deep breath, he placed his hand on the tree's bark. I pledge not just to guard our knowledge, he vowed, but to help it breathe. And so, under the sacred oak, a new kind of guardian was born. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And until the next one, goodbye. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your support is truly appreciated.